Good morning, children. So, earlier in the class, we have learned organization of human body. How the human body is formed, organized. We have discussed that a human body is organized majorly by various organ systems. Various organ systems. What are those organ systems which we discussed earlier? Just like digestive system, respiratory system, circulatory system, nervous system, muscular system, skeletal system, renal system, or excretory system. Renal system or excretory system. And we do even have lymphatic system. So like this, human body is formed by the various organ systems. Digestive system, which involved in the digestion of the food. Respiratory system, which involved in the intake of oxygen and exhaling of carbon dioxide. Circulatory system, transportation. In our body there is transportation takes place. Nervous system, which involves in the what is that called, brain and spinal cord, which involves in various functions of the body like think, speak, listen, get the smell of it. All sensory things also included in this. Muscular system, which are involved in the muscles. Skeleton system, which we have the bones. The skeletal system gives the support to the body, which can make body to be stand, which can get the flexible. Renal system involves in the sending of waste from the body. Excretory system we call it. All waste should be sent outside of the body. Lymphatic system is another stage of circulatory system, transportation system. So human body is organized by these various organ systems. And we already discussed each organ system have made with organs. Each organ system made with organs. Like for example, digestive system made with organs, alimentary canal, liver, pancreas, etc. Alimentary canal again made with various structures: mouth, oral cavity, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, duodenum, ileum, rectum, like large intestine, rectum, anus. Respiratory system involves in taking air inside it, like nose, pharynx, trachea, lungs, etc. Circulatory system involves in heart and blood vessels. Nervous system involves by the brain and spinal cord and nerves. Muscular system includes muscles of the body. Skeletal system includes the bones of the body. Renal system includes two kinds of excretory systems are there in our body. One is through skin. The skin excretes waste of the body in the form of sweat, and one is kidneys. And lymphatic system includes lymphatic glands and lymph vessels, which are involved in the transportation of various substances. So in this chapter we have learnt various organ systems. In the syllabus, according to the government syllabus, all these systems are not included in single class. No. In one class, like in 5th class, some digestive system is introduced or respiratory system introduced. In 6th class, circulatory system introduced, nervous system introduced. In 7th class, something like other system is included. But no way, all the systems are included in one. Here in this chapter, at most, I try to explain you all the organ systems. It's a lengthy topic. We are not continuing with the syllabus what is there in your text, because one by one, step by step, in order if we go, it will be easy for us to understand. Otherwise, if we learn digestive system here, if we wanted to learn circulatory system in the next class, again we have to recall this digestive system, which will be difficult for understanding this. Okay. So in this chapter we'll explain all the various organ systems of the body. No bother, don't worry, don't think that it is not there in text. See, anything, science, I already told you, what is science? Science is that you have to learn in a systematic order. Learning process, if it is in a systematic order, that can be called science. So don't worry about it. Anything, gaining knowledge is very important for us, whether it is there in our text, whether it is not there in our text. Okay? So we'll try to explain. Let us go one after the other. We'll go with digestive system initially. Digestive system. So before going to the digestive system, we need to get some other information too. What is that other information? What we have to get digested in the digestive system? Obviously, the food. The food. If I ask a question, what is there? What happens in the digestive system? Generally, guess. You can make it. You can have a guess of it. That is, digestive system. What happens? Digestion takes place. What is digestion? Which one gets digested? How it is getting digested? You would have no idea. So in this chapter, we learn all these things. So what is going to be get digested? Obviously, the food we eat. So we learn about it. What is that food we eat? What is there in the food? Why we have to eat the food? Why we eat food? Clear? All the things needs the food? Apart from human body, do all the other living components also needs the food? Do all the living things have same sort of food? Are they having different food? If they are having different food, why they are having different food? Why we are having only this kind of food? See, there are many questions. If you try to answer this, then we got information, we got a knowledge of it, right? So, try to answer, try to give your possible answers, hypothesis. Why we eat? Why we eat? You maybe give the answers. Sir, we eat to get energy. To get energy. Right? And any other reasons why we eat. You may get the answer. Sir, we feel hungry. We feel hungry so that we eat. Obviously, right? If you don't feel hungry, we eat? No, we feel hungry, we eat. Yes or no? Yes, some you may get the answer. Why we eat? Because I like food. Because I like to eat food. Because I like chicken biryani, so I eat. I like ice cream, so I eat. I like pulihora, I eat. Is that because of liking we eat? If it is so, for example, you like chicken biryani. Will you eat daily? Will you eat 3 times a day? Chicken biryani, chicken biryani, chicken biryani. Morning chicken biryani, afternoon chicken biryani, night chicken biryani, tomorrow morning chicken biryani, tomorrow afternoon chicken biryani. What happens if we eat the same thing? What happens? Will it be good for us? No. What are the other possible answers? Why we eat? You may get an answer, sir, if we eat, we grow. To grow. To grow. Otherwise, growth do not take place to the body. So, like this, we may get some more possible answers. Why we eat food? Right? So, we got the answers. We eat food for the energy. We eat food because we feel hungry. We eat food because we like it. We eat food to grow. Okay. So, based on this, let's have the cross section. Let's have the, like what is that another stage of the learning of the science. Are we really, is that genuine to say that, we eat food because of feeling hungry? Feeling hungry is our body gives alarm to us. If we wanted to wake up at early in the morning, 5 o'clock we keep alarm in the phone, mobile alarm in the watch. So it rings, we say that, so that we got alarm, so you wake up it. Right? It is giving some information, yes, your time is up, Baba, you have to get it up. Similarly, our body gives a feeling. Our body gives alarm to us. What is that alarm? Our body will not give a beep sound. You have to eat. No, it won't say. And our body do not say, hey man, you have to eat. It's a time. Do it says? No. So it can only express. It can only express what it can express. So whenever our body needs a food, whenever the food is exhausting the body, the food we ate the food today, we didn't eat in the night, next day also we didn't eat. What happens? If the next day we didn't eat, what happens? Our body gives us signals to us, feeling some hungry, feeling some sensation in the stomach. People say, Kadaplo alcohol parigettunayi, alcohol not, no alcohols, only chemicals. No alcohols, only chemicals. Chemicals run in the stomach. Hormones releases in the body. That hormone says, hey man, there is exhaustion in the food. Your food is completed. You please take the food. That feeling is called hungry. That feeling is called hungry. So it is only alarm. It is giving alarm to us. Yes, you have to take the food. But it is not that we feel hungry so that we take the food. No. Is that why we eat food too? As we like it? As we like it, we eat food? No. That's not it. We like the food, that is different story. But it is not that we eat food only because of liking it. So why we eat food? Majorly 2 reasons. One is to get the energy, one is to grow. One is to get energy, one is to grow. So we can understand now why we eat food. We eat food because of to produce or to gain energy and to the growth of the body and to the growth. What is the food we eat? One question we got answer, possible answer. Why we eat food? We eat food because of producing energy, and we eat food because of to the growth of the body. Now the question is, what is the food we eat? What is the food we eat so that we get energy? What is the food we eat so that it is used for the growth of the body? What is the food we eat? If I ask you the question, what is the food? You maybe say the answer. Sir, we eat rice, we eat idli, we eat chapati, We drink milk, we drink juice, we eat chips, we eat chicken, we eat pulihora. So, we can do so many things, right? Are we taking all these things in a day? No. One day if we eat rice, one day if we eat idli, one day if we drink milk, one day if we take juice, one day if we eat chicken, one day we go for pulihora, one time we'll go for chapati, one time we'll go for chips, one time we'll go for fruits. Do all the time we are eating same thing? No. We are eating different sort of food. Different sort of food. Yes, sir. Yes. So what is the food we are eating? We are eating various kind of food. So what is the purpose of the food? To produce energy and to growth. What is the food we are eating? This is the food. Means these are the food materials which are using for the production of energy and for the growth. Is it true that rice is using for producing energy and to growth? Is it true that milk is using for production of energy and for the growth? Is it true that chicken is using for the production of energy and for the growth of the body? If so, what is there in the rice so that it is using for producing energy? What is there in the chicken to use for the production of energy or for the growth of the body? What is there in the milk? What is there in the? Do the milk have anything in it? If you see the milk, it is in white like liquid, that's it. But is that milk has anything in it? So that that gives energy. So that you use it for the growth of the body. If you take, for example, chips. Chips you buy from a shop. You buy it from a shop. I will erase these things. Yes. Chips you buy from a shop. If you observe in the chips packet, somewhere at the bottom, a tabular formula is given. Table is given. Observe in the table, it will be like this. Something will be written. If I zoom it, if I enlarge it, it will be like this. Somewhere components and somewhere in the kilocalories. It will be written sugar, some 2.5 grams, carbohydrates, some 10 grams, fats 0.3 grams. Yes, and vitamins or whatever, something like 0.1 grams, it will be written. Means what? Chips. In the packet it will be written. What is there in the chips? You may be thinking chips are made with aloo, na sir, aloo, potato. Chips are made with potato. Potato is taken, remove the outer cover or let the outer cover be slice it. Take the sliced pieces in the oil and fry them. We get chips. So what is that chips? Potato. What is there in it? The company who is manufacturing lingo, bingo, whatever it is, that in the packet they fill up the air and fill up the chips in it. In the packet it is written the tabular formula: sugar 2.5 grams, carbohydrates 10 grams, fat 0.3 grams, vitamin 0.1 grams it is. Means the chips which you are eating are having these products in it. Right? That means the chips are having sugars use it for producing energy. The chips are having carbohydrates, use it for producing energy. Chips are having fats, using for producing energy or for the growth. Chips are having some proteins will be written here. Means what we can understand here? The food which we are eating, it is the chips we are eating food. You only said, we discussed it, right? The chips is the food which we are eating. This food is having sugar or carbohydrate, fats, vitamins, proteins, etc. in it. That is mentioned by the manufacturer. Who is the manufacturer? Some bingo or dingo, whatever company it is. Yes? But actually potato, who is the potato manufacturer? Who manufactures the potato? A farmer. A farmer. Does the farmer writes on the potato? Does the farmer prints on a potato? Potato is having carbohydrates this much, proteins this much, fats this much. No, it is not possible. Huh? Only some natural made is not possible, however, to write on something on it. We have to study, that's it. We have to study and we have to come to know potato is having so and so things in it. We have to do some experiments to find out what is there in the potato. Do the potato really, this bingo chips company is mentioned potatoes having proteins, sugars, carbohydrates, fats. How we can believe it? How we can trust it? We have to go for the test. Test the potatoes or test the chips. Test for the carbohydrates. Test for the proteins. Test for the fats. So that we can understand, yes, these chips are having proteins, these chips are having fats, these chips are having carbohydrates, etc. But farmer is not manufactured. Farmer is not printed on it. Farmer manufactures many things. If you take rice bag, rice is there. Do the rice, in the rice piece of rice, will it be written there? What is there in it? No, we have to research it. We have to do it. We have to study it. What is there in the rice? Try to go to the shop. You purchase any artificial made food items like chips, like biscuit packets, like chocolates. You see the biscuit packets, there is a tabular form. In that tabular there is written carbohydrates, sugars, proteins, fats, so and so quantity. In a biscuit packet it will be biscuit packet. In a chocolate it will be written 0 fats, calories this much. Find out. Collect some information. Write it in a notebook. Get the wrapper if you want. Whatever the chocolate wrappers you collect, put it in a notebook. Write the tabular form, tablet there. Get some other food item. Write there in it. Noodles you purchase. Yummy, hippie. Isn't it? Hippie, etc. you purchase. You see there is a table in that. See there what is there in it. Is it having carbohydrate? Is it having protein? Is it having... How the noodles are made? How the noodles are made? From the grains, maybe wheat. What is there in the wheat? Wheat has come from farmer. Do the farmer writes on the wheat what is there in it? No. These manufacturing companies will write on it. They have to, obviously they have to write. Farmer cannot write it, but we have to study about it. So anything, what we can understand if you take any of the food material if you take, whether it is industrially made, it will be written in a table, there are something in this. Whether it is a farmer made, when we get naturally, we go to vegetable seller, we purchase the vegetables and we can't see that. If we purchase a tomato, we can't see there what is there in the potato. We have to go for the test. We have to go for the test. You try to collect the information. What is it? For potato, we have seen this. In the potato chips, these are there. In tomato chips, what is it? Means tomato, what is there in it? In a bottle gourd, what is there in it? In a bitter gourd, what is there in it? In a lady's finger, what is there in it? In a tomato, what is there in it? In brinjal, what is there in it? In brinjal, what will be there in it? Do the brinjal have carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals? What are there in it? So any of the food material, if you take a chicken, what is there in it? So if we observe any of this food material, majorly we can find few components in it. Any of the thing we can find majorly carbohydrates. proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals. Any of the food metal, whether it is idli, whether it is chapati, whether it is a juice, whether it is a pulihora, whether it is chicken, whether the fruits or whatever it is. If we take any of the food metal, if we study them, if we study what is there in the food metal, so that we get the energy and so that we use it for the growth. If we study any sort of food metal which we are eating, that food metal is having carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. These things there in the food metal. If these things there in the food metal, then only we have to eat it. Otherwise, can we eat chalk? You know, some people say they have the habit of eating chalk. That is not good for us. That's dangerous. Why? Because this chalk do not have carbohydrates. This chalk do not have proteins. This chalk do not have fats. This chalk do not have vitamins. It do not have minerals in it. Don't take it. Not useful. It's useless. It's useless. We are eating that food, especially that food only. Why we are eating that food? We are eating chicken because of what? We are eating biryani because of what? We are eating brinjal because of what? We are eating tomato because of what? We are eating jawar roti because of what? We are eating dal because of what? These food materials are having these carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. Why we are not eating this chalk? Why we are not eating grass like animals? Grass do not have the components which are useful to us. What are useful to us? These are useful to us, which are there in the food materials. So what we can understand, final conclusion I am going to give you that any food, any sort of food if we take, that food must have carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. These food materials are only used for the production of energy to our body, and these food materials are only used for the growth of our body. Okay, if you take rice have carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. If you take chapati, that comes from wheat, the wheat have carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals. If you take a chicken, that have carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals. If you take mutton, that's have carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins, minerals. If you take milk, it is having all these. If you take an egg, it is having all these. Okay. So any food material we are eating, that food material is having these things. These food materials, which are there, these components which are there in the various food materials are only used for the production of energy, are only used for the growth of the body. So that these materials, these components which are used for the energy, which are used for the growth of the body are only called nutrients. Nutrients. So any of the substances, whatever the components, whatever the materials is giving energy for us or is using for the growth of the body, these materials are only called nutrients. So what are nutrients? Any components, any food material, any components, any of the substances which are used for the production of energy and for the growth of the body are only called as nutrients. So this is what very important to have better understanding about digestion, one of the organ system of our body. Okay, so try to collect the information. I am giving you the project work now. You purchase a chocolate, I don't mind. You purchase a biscuit packet, I don't mind. You purchase a noodles packet, I don't mind. Whatever you are purchasing it outside in the shop, get that wrapper, outer cover in the table. It will be written. Note down, paste it in the book. Note down there in the tab what are there in that food material. Similarly, try to know what are there in the rice, what are there in the brinjal, what are there in the potato and etc. Okay, right? So next class will continue. Make a note of it, everybody, and make sure that you must be regular to the classes. Okay, thank you.